Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in to the NRRN podcast where the regular girls have the real conversations. It's your girl Major Key.
It's Sugar Chippy.
And it's your girl Ash Nicole, and we are back with another video. Y'all make sure y'all are following, subscribing, liking, sharing all of the things on our YouTube channel. Our link is in our bio on our Instagram. Make sure you are also following our Instagram as well. And yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and start us off with prayer, and then we're gonna jump right into the topics because we got a lot to discuss. Close
Yeah.
your eyes and bow your heads. Lord, I ask that you just give us the opportunity yet again to be able to share our opinions and our thoughts on everything that's going on in the world. I ask that you can continue to grow our podcast. I ask that you continue to give us the eagerness and the willingness to be able to sustain all of the things that the podcast will throw at us left and right. I ask that you just help us keep growing, help our audience keep growing. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Hey y'all. How y'all feeling? How y'all weekend going?
Weekend is going great. How was everyone's weekend?
I'm just going good.
It's
I'm
over. Like,
I'm
it's
feeling
over.
a little bit better than I
Are you
was.
was sick?
Yes, I keep getting sick because these.
I was about to say, wasn't you said like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah,
Yes,
girl.
I'm
You
not.
know.
I'm not used to working with elementary kids, so
Oh, so
Oh
you kind
yeah, they stay
of
sick.
yes.
You
Like
need to
I
take
was
some
when I was
immediate
working with
stuff.
high school kids, it was so much easier. Like I rarely got sick, but
You need some ginger shots.
hmm
know for real.
No, but my weekend cool. I just worked pretty much the whole weekend, but I can't wait to be off Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I got one more day to work. I'm gonna be happy. But this episode is gonna be all about the tea. So we're gonna start off with a letter to the pod. And after the letter to the pod, we're gonna discuss, our thoughts and our opinions, and then we're gonna jump right into the other tea because we got a lot to discuss. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the letter to the pod and then we're gonna dissect it. So it says, my current fiance has 3 children who I am extremely close with. We've been together for 7 years and now we are about to get married. And I really want his children to be at our wedding, but their mom doesn't like me for whatever reason and uses them to hurt me constantly. So I know that she won't allow them to come to the wedding. At this point, I think that her and I should sit down and have a conversation because now I am going to be her children's stepmother. I want her to know that I would never do anything to her children and I love them as if they were mine. But I don't think she's mature enough to have the conversation with me, and I don't think it will go as planned. This really makes me irritated because I can't see us getting married and his daughters not being involved in our wedding. But am I selfish to still want to go forward with the wedding? What should I do? Should we even be getting married? Because this seems like a lifetime full of drama.
Um,
Spicy.
Spicy.
I don't think that you should. I don't think you should cancel your wedding, but I also feel like you are going to be dealing with this for the rest of your marriage, or hopefully y'all together to the end. But also this is something you should have considered before, because I can't imagine like the baby mom out of nowhere just saying like, oh, my children can't be around you. Like, I'm sure there's something prior, so you should have also really knew about that. And those are already red flags, but I don't think you should cancel your wedding. But I do feel like you, your husband, and her should have a sit down or talk it out, because at the end of the day, the kids are going to be hurt, because they're going to look like, oh, why wasn't I in the picture? Like, I know I was around. So I think at the end of the day, everyone should have the children at the forefront of the situation.
Yeah. What you think, Champy?
I'm starting to question like how long they've been together because if
She said
y'all
7 years.
oh okay 7 years and y'all never had like a real in depth conversation like that's kind of
Mm.
strange to me. Like y'all should have been talking about even if you didn't know like the first couple years how the relationship was going to go or if you would be married to this person, you probably still was in like the kid's life in some way. I always feel like if you're entering like into a serious relationship with somebody and they have kids, it's better to like talk to the other parent like early on versus wait until y'all about to damn near get married and walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like Kiana said, like maybe things was happening beforehand that the child mom like never brought up but just still feel like a little animosity towards. But I think that if she would have like started having conversations earlier prior to it being year 7, then it might be a little smoother when she want to tell the mom like, oh, I want the kids at the wedding or in the wedding or whichever one like she was trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, just to be devil's advocate, she probably could have talked to that lady before, and that lady could just be a psychopath and very bitter. So to be honest, is like maybe she's wanting to do it again, and I'm not sure if she did have the conversation before, but maybe she's wanting to try again. Maybe her trying before was probably like, whatever, I'm not trying with that lady. Like me and my man gonna live our life over here, but she constantly gets hit with different scenarios, and which causes her to want to be able to have a conversation with this lady again, because it's like, okay, we're going to keep on entering events, or we're going to keep on entering new eras where your kids are probably going to be involved. So now I'm going to try again. Like maybe 7 years later, she may have gotten a little bit more mature or whatever the case. But I also think the dad should have nipped that in the bud a long time ago, because it's like, these are my kids too. They're not just your kids. So if you're moving on or you have a new person in your life, I don't give you a hassle when it comes to my kids, being introduced to somebody new or you being into a relationship. So I don't get what the issue is with that. Also, if she is really like a bitter baby mom, they might as well just get legal like stuff involved. Maybe some weekends, where it's his weekend and they swap back and forth, or he keeps them for half the year, she keeps them for half the year, and he just may have to plan his wedding accordingly around that when he has them, so that they can still be involved. I think it's a touchy situation altogether. That's why I always said I'm not dating nobody with no kids. See how I made it about me? But no, I feel like the kids thing is always a touchy subject, because she said that they are close. Her and the kids are close. So obviously the kids are gonna understand that. I mean, if they are at an age where they understand that. Obviously, she likes me. My dad loves me. So me not being at the wedding didn't have nothing to do with neither one of them. And eventually, they're gonna end up creating some kind of resentment towards their mother, because their mom is essentially going to make them miss out on stuff that I'm sure they want to be involved in. So,
Yeah, but part of also, like, when I think of situations like this, like, granted, I do feel like the lady probably a bitter baby mom, but also don't know her. But sometimes there are some women who do get in a relationship with men and they are very spiteful, and they start to do certain things that make it seem um like, and not all people, I'm not saying this is everybody, but there are some women who try to play the mom figure or try to overstep. So maybe in the bitter baby mom mind, like, she feel like sometimes she is overstepping. So I feel like there should be somebody, like a middle ground person, that could like see both sides and really like try to come to some common ground, because everybody ain't always innocent as much as we like to make it seem. So I hope, I wish for the best for them, girl. Have your wedding, but I think the conversation should definitely happen. I think that's where we all getting at the end of
yeah,
They
I
need all
agree with
therapy.
that. Definitely.
Like,
bro.
go to family therapy, talk to God, like all of those things. Because even though we're saying like, oh, the dad should mediate, like maybe the dad and the baby mom don't have a great relationship, and that could be already a chaotic conversation. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I just think that y'all should talk early on. I
Yeah.
can't imagine 7 birthdays went past that we couldn't spend with the kids, or because I'm sure like the wedding is not where it started. It had
Right.
to start somewhere, like 7 birthdays, 7 Christmases, 7 like holiday seasons. A lot of that goes
I'm gonna
into
knock it off and say about maybe 5, because me introducing their kids in the first like maybe year or 2 or 3 even.
but
So
some
I'm
men
gonna give
do,
it
like
5.
some men really do. I've seen men like introduce their kids in the first couple months. Like
Mm-hmm.
they know they want to be with this person, they be like, all right, cool. Like I know this is the person I want to be with, and boom. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's inevitable. Like if this
Yeah.
person move in with you first year, your kid's gonna be at your house or
Yeah.
gonna be around. So whatever. Either way, 5+ years is a lot of back and forth with a child, the mom, and the fiance. Like that's
Yeah.
a
And I know that's exhausting. So I hope y'all figure it out, because I wouldn't even have I wouldn't have the ability to do that because I would just be mentally drained
And
because it's
you're
like,
marrying a person family too. So like you're not just marrying a person, you're marrying a family, you're marrying
Yeah.
and he had a child, kids outside of y'all union. So
mm-hmm.
you gotta be ready to deal with what comes with that. And it seemed like you accepted it for these 7 years now. It's just more so like you need to figure out how to navigate through that part, especially
Yeah,
the part.
yeah. Mm. Sucks to suck, but
Like,
hope y'all figured out. Now let's get into the real tea.
who
What
you
tea you want
feeling?
to talk about first?
I don't know. I kind of want to start with Ari and Tucson first.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Let's start with the mess. So,
I think they're the most relevant, so I think we should wait on that one.
It don't
Like
matter either
I
way.
don't know.
I
I
think we should give the people some
guess, like,
anticipation.
while we're waiting, let's just get.
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
What
for
you think
those
about
of
it?
you who do not know, I'm just gonna give a little synopsis. I don't know the full story, but I do know bits and pieces. So essentially, Ari and Tucson, they're friends. They have a cooking show, but it's really Ari's show. But Tucson comes in and helps. So, but they're best of friends or whatever. Tucson had a birthday. Ari essentially tells Tucson, "I'm gonna give you money for a down payment for a car." Somehow, some way,
20K to be exact.
how much? What's that?
20K to be exact.
20K. Exactly. Don't forget the 20K because that's a
Yeah,
lot.
because that's
Um,
important.
somewhere down the line, something happened where Tucson is saying that Ari never gave the money. This came out probably a couple months ago. Tucson was bashing Ari. Ari this weekend broke her silence when there was a person on Twitter that basically spoke out to her about this happening with Tucson. But Ari is saying that Tucson was actually trying to do fraud with her name by trying to get a CPN. And then it was just back and forth. But Ari actually also pulled out a receipt of a recording of Tucson and the lawyer, so it's not looking too good for Tucson. But how do y'all feel about one telling your friend that you will give them 20K for a car, 20K for something for their birthday, and it ends up not happening because your friend tries to do fraud in your name? How do we feel about that?
Child.
That's a lot. Let me digest it.
Right.
Real fast. But honestly, just going back to just Ari in general, I feel like she's been showed the media that she's trustworthy. Even when she was going through like all the stuff with G Herbo and Tiana, I think that's her name, or Taina. And she always come with receipts. So for me, I feel like I already was believing Ari, and I feel like Tucson, you just a bum that's leeching off of your friend. You're a bum that's leeching off of your friend that got money, because honestly, she was saying like how he wasn't on the impact and she begged them to get him on the impact to get a bag, and how, she just was constantly doing stuff for him. But it's like, what was you really doing for her? And now the one time something don't go through because of something you did, you take it to social media and try to bash me. Like, are you crazy? This girl bought her man a orange Lambo. This girl done cashed out multiple times on multiple people with multiple gifts. Like, I can't see her sitting here lying, saying that she was going to give him 20K and not give him 20K, especially unprovoked like that. Like,
Yeah.
to come with a big check to his party, unbox it in front of everybody, it's going to go on social media. So you just signing up to be a clown if that was really your intention, was to pretend like you was going to give him 20K. And I feel like the amount of money that she be coming into, like 20K, really not a lot of money to her. So it's like, what do I have to lie about 20K for? I
Yeah.
think he was doing fraud because honestly, I could tell he's probably living above his means, and 20K is not going to get him the
Wait, how
car that he probably
the
wants.
living above his means? Like, what screams living above your means?
Just him crying on social media and doing a GoFundMe. Like, if you're doing a GoFundMe, you're trying to live above your means. Just take the money that you have and go buy you a car. Like, I'm sure you got some money from the impact. I'm sure you got some money from the little cooking show. You could buy you a cool car. You want 20K to go towards a down payment for something that you really can't afford. You could have been got you a car. You could have got you a nice little Nissan. You could have got you a nice little, even a little Lexus. Like, you could have got you something cool, but you ain't want that. You wanted a Prior Benz. You wanted a G-Wagon. You wanted something crazy. And now you really ain't had the money to do it. So now why would you be making a GoFundMe?
Right.
For a car? I'm not helping you get a car. Like, it's people that just was in Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Irene that don't got no house. You talk about a GoFundMe for a car? Are you crazy? Like, you tripping. And you live in Atlanta. You can catch you an Uber. It ain't that deep. It's not life or death. Like, it's not. So yeah, I think he's a liar, and I think he's living above his means, and I think that finally she probably gonna cut him off, which is good because maybe that'll make you go get a job of your own, get your own money.
Poor Tucson.
Poor Tucson. I was gonna say, when people usually get CPNs, it's because their credit is not like good enough to do something that they're trying to do. To answer your question, how would I feel if one of my friends tried to do fraud in my name? Like, I will want to end the friendship. Like, I feel like I don't even want to talk to that person anymore. Because whatever you do on your own terms, like, you can do it. If I gave you $20K and you was doing CPN and all that in your own name, I would probably give you like friendly advice. But doing it in my name is a whole different story. Like, we are done. Because like now you don't care if I go to jail. So.
Right.
And she sent the money directly to the dealership. That was another thing.
Yep.
Like, no, you're not doing no fraud in my name. Like, I wouldn't let nobody do fraud in my name. So, yeah, that's just that. Like, I don't feel like that's a friendship. If you are putting your friend in harm's way and in that type of harm's way, as well, it's just like, come on, are we really doing that? And I do agree. Like, he probably do live above his means because I know regular people who live above their means. So imagine somebody who is with a celebrity every day, like, and see the things they have and want and kind of aspire to be on their level. They started probably buying things that they shouldn't, or like live a lifestyle that they know they can't. And I'm sure a lot of the times Arby do probably foot the bill if they go out and stuff like that, because she know him personally. She probably know, like, all right, like, he ain't got it like I do, so I'm gonna foot the bill. But at what point do, like, the roles reverse? Like, you should be grateful enough that I'm giving you this. Like, that should be your just like way of showing me like a thank you for all the things that I did do. Like, going on the internet and like bashing me and doing all this stuff, like, that just shows me all the things that I did do without you even asking. Was like, just a slap in my face, pretty much.
Yeah, she got the personality that I like too, because she never not once until provoked got on the internet and started naming all of the things she had ever done for him. And this is months after he initially was bashing her, made the GoFundMe and all of that. So I feel like I like stuff like that because clearly you can see that she did it out of the kindness of her heart. Like, she didn't wait for an opportunity where they was feuding to go on the internet and list all the things she ever did for Tucson, drop receipts, all of that. I think she was more hurt by it all, which is why she ain't say nothing for so long. But at some point, you human and people keep on putting dirt on your name, you gonna eventually say something or speak out and say something, because it's like, what we doing all of that for when you and I both know the truth? So now you want to keep on doing it? Cool. Everybody about to know the truth now. I was trying to spare you, but now everybody about to know.
Right.
What you about to say, Kay?
Oh wait, before Kiko, I wanted to say one more thing. I wanted to also say that I think part of the reason that she posted her niece car was to show Tucson, like, this is how you pay for a car and get the car without all that fraud stuff going on. Like, I'm sure she would have posted her niece in the car anyway, but I feel like that was also one of those things where it's like, okay, like, you see, this is an easy flow of how to get a car, but you wanted to be messy and do all the extra stuff. That's why you don't have one right now. And see how easy it was for her to get hers. Like,
exactly.
But go ahead, Key. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. We could go to the next topic because I feel like
so before we go to the next topic, do y'all feel like Tucson was deserving of getting paid for the Cooking with the Don show, or do you feel like that was just like enough of a platform for her to give him that he could start his own thing?
I think yes and no. I think the platform, it definitely was a platform for him. At the end of the day, it is her show. So him already coming on, like, that was him being introduced to, to a bigger population of people that know Tucson. But what I would say is I do think he does deserve to get paid just because Tucson did bring a flair to the show that Ari could not. Like Tucson still like he made it funny. Like he made it, interesting. And even like Ari, like she's cool or whatever. Like not saying she's a boring person or like she has no personality, but she also gives a lot of like mean girl type of vibe. Like people don't want to see that all the time. So I think it was a great balance of the two. Like she gave that it girl, mean girl factor, while Tucson like he was giving that funny factor. And I think that combo together is what made people like want to watch. Like even like if like they had guests come in, like they played off of both of their energy. So I do feel like he did deserve to get paid as much as Ari. No, but get something, yes.
Yeah,
I
I think.
definitely don't
Good. You want to go, Ish?
Yeah, I definitely don't think he should have been on there not getting paid. At the end of the day, he's still doing the job and he could have been out doing something else. Like, I'm not about to, just because you're my best friend and you give me a platform, don't mean you can say, like, oh, I'm not paying you though because I'm giving you a platform. Like, that don't make no sense. I still got to live, I still got bills to pay. So, if you're going to put me on a show, then yeah, I'm expecting a check because I gotta pay for stuff. But I definitely, obviously, think that he shouldn't get the same amount as Ari, which I don't know if that was even a thing. I doubt it, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely deserve to get some kind of coin.
Yeah, I think he deserved to get paid too. Um, but I also do agree with like some of the things Ari was saying, how like she gave him space in her warehouse to do his own thing. And yeah, like she was giving him opportunities. And I think that sometimes when somebody is giving you, you fall lazy to like wanting to do your own thing, or you,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have that motivation because you already know this person going to pick up the slack for me or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So um I think she should have paid him, but definitely not nearly as much as she was getting, because that should have been like a motivation for him to like really want to step his game up and become like an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times these celebrities like who I guess he is kind of a celebrity, but celebrity friends who depend on the celebrity don't be wanting to really do no hard work. Like they just like, I deserve it because I'm your friend, versus like, oh, let me get up and do something because my friend motivated me. Like I see what type of money you touching, I want to get that type of money, like, or something like that. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you can't fall lazy when you have someone who back in your play. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure she probably would have helped you in any way that she felt was doable. If you asked her to help you start something or do something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like he was expecting it to happen. Like it was something that like he just knew that was going to happen. But even like how he even is responding now, talking about something like, "Just give me what you owe me." Like
Right, like I don't owe you 20,000 for real, for
she
real.
don't
I
have
need
to
to get nothing.
shit. Like you don't. She don't owe you nothing. Like, and I think like at the end of the day, Tucson, you are still a grown ass man. Like you're not looking for no female to give you money. Like you may be gay, but you are not one of the girls. You are go get a job. Thank you.
Like I
Period.
like how just in comparison, like a female and a male of the LGBT community, like how Miami and Santana was friends, like, and Santana like used that platform to build his own. Like I don't feel like
Mm-hmm.
he's in a place where he acts in Miami for nothing no more. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
where so
You
like
just co-hosting Baddies reunion. Like, okay.
Right.
like you start getting your own opportunities and you start like getting your own bag because that's what you want. Like you can't leech off of somebody for the rest of your life. Like
Yeah, I feel like it's just a mind thing too. Like not everybody is motivated enough to go get it on their own. Some people is just used to stuff being handed to them, and
yeah,
it's like even when you got somebody in your corner that's willing to back your play, like you said, and help you get to where you want to be, like you really for real got it made. Because she had to kinda get it out of the mud. Because she had to get from being G Herbo baby mom to now everybody just saying Ari. So
right.
it's like, yes, she had a little boost because that was her baby father. But at the end of the day, like I think we automatically assume that because somebody is somebody baby mom, they automatically like got it made. Like no, she had to change the whole trajectory trajectory of like her life. She was tired of being called G Herbo baby mom. She ended up getting her own show, got the impact, started doing all of this stuff that she needed to do. Whatever she had to do to get in her own light, she did that. So it's like, yes, she used the opportunity of being a baby mom to turn herself into something different. So you use the opportunity of being her friend to turn you into something different. Like, you gotta use the opportunities that you got, but you sitting here thinking she's supposed to just keep on handing you. Like, no. I feel like Santana and Carisha, like, Santana do and get for her, and it's the same, like, one hand washes the other. It's not just a give and give and give and give and give type situation. Or even if it is, he is always grateful. Like, he just always seems grateful to Carisha. It don't never seem like a situation where he would be trying to curse her out if she ain't get something that he wanted. Like, I guess people with true colors come out when shit go left.
Thanks. We know Tucson not getting no regular job, so you should have used the opportunity in your platform, because
Yeah.
I don't know if people are still getting canceled, but I don't know if it's going to be as easy for you to be like getting in certain, rooms now that you.
Yeah. Because I really ain't even never watched the Ari show, the cooking joint. So I really never seen him like do nothing outside of just him acting a fool on social media about this 20K.
Speaking of acting a fool, your boy Safari Kiana was acting a fool.
That's not my boy
Not your boy.
at all.
He
The
was
fuck?
at that Nicki concert.
Why would,
Oh, like,
why would he go to Nicki concert? But that brings up the question: would you support your ex from afar? And
No.
the answer is no. Like, I'm not going to no function that my ex is doing if I know we're broken up. Like, no. I just don't know why he would show up to the concert. Like,
I think it's different because it's Nicki Minaj. Like, if it's regular old me and I just was dating somebody that I dated from college, like, am I going to they stuff? Am I going out of my way to go to their stuff?
They had
No.
words on Twitter though. They had words on Twitter, like they did not end up like on a good foot. Like, they was like beefing. Like, he did not have to go to her shit. Like, he did not. He was trying to, not that he was trying to be funny, but be funny in a way. But
yeah, he was trying to be seen. Like, he really wanted to be seen.
And you know how I know he really was trying to be seen? Because why would he show up to that show
in that vest?
What, he didn't have no shirt underneath?
Vest, and you gonna come with the jean vest?
Right.
Hollering. He was trying to match.
Yeah. So the significance of the vest is basically, one day Safari had told Nicki Minaj she look a mess, and she gonna tell him, like, you wear a jean vest. Like, don't ever tell me how to dress.
He said, well,
so then he went and wore a jean vest.
Right.
Fact.
Yeah, to answer your question, would I go to any support my ex? Yes, I would if they was Nicki Minaj status. If they was Brown, all of them. Yes, I'm going, but I'm not doing what Safari did. Like, he went and tried to be seen. Like, if I'm going to like one of their concerts, I'll probably just do a box seat and be in the cut. Like, I'm not about to be in the middle of the audience with 5 security standing around me. Like, that's just too noticeable. Like, I do want to go and still, like, because he really was like a part of her start to
he was the OG Bard.
Right. So I'm sure, like, he really is a fan. Like, he really is fanned out, and I think that he really do like appreciate the journey she was on and feel like, yo, you really did it. Like, I want to come see this, but he just did it in the wrong way.
I was about to say he did it more in a clout chasing way than a genuine support way. Because if it's genuine support, you don't need to go show social media that you was at the concert. You would just go and just chill and vibe and call it a night. Like, it is what it is. Bought your ticket, support her. Maybe buy a couple extra tickets and give a couple to somebody for free to really support her, and don't say shit about it and keep it pushing. So he definitely wanted to be chose, wanted to be seen. His divorce is over, and that was that. So he
and
definitely wanted people to see him.
I know his baby mother Erica is probably irked. Like, why are you continuing to show up for Nicki, but you don't show up for these kids? Like, what are you doing?
Why would he be showing up for his kids? That's so strange.
Don't be showing up for the kids. That's why Erica be going. She be crashing out social media platform. Like she be so
That's
hurt.
crazy. I be feeling like, and this is going down the rabbit hole, but I be feeling like, why would you jump up here? I be feeling like at the end of the day, you kind of knew what you was getting yourself into, like
Mhm.
low key. So it's like now you over here crashing out on the side because he acting like a fiend or he acting fiend out. He been acting like that. Like he was always like that. He was always loud, obnoxious on
Right.
social media, doing the most, like wanting to be seen. So I feel like that was on you, and now you mad that he acting like he been was acting. Like I don't get it. The taking care of the kids part, I don't condone that. You definitely need to man up and take care of them kids. But that all could have been avoided if she would have just seen him for who everybody else see him for, and not see him for what you think he could be. That's how women be messing up. You see the potential of what they could be, but that ain't them. They
But I
actually do.
We
like
all fell victim to potential before, so I'm not gonna
Definitely.
say too
But I
much.
don't know about the getting married and having two kids. Like I'm
Like,
gonna see the signs before we go that far.
yes.
But I also feel like Erica, like when I think about her and Safari, like I don't know her personally, but she do give me gold digger vibes. So she probably thought like attaching her name to Safari, like they would be like a it couple, like like he is kind of known. So I think she thought it was gonna skyrocket that way, but
It backfired, kind of.
he just Safari. So he showed his true colors, and now you butthurt that you got stuck with him as a fucking loser as baby dad. That's on you,
Now
sis.
you a single mother with two kids.
So
Yikes.
speaking
Oh,
of losers,
Oh, three kids. Yep, she
speaking
do
of
got
losers,
them.
when Safari went to the concert, Nikki like kind of like started like throwing shots at him, saying like, "Oh, I'm so glad I left my loser ex, and I'm I'm glad that I left him so that I can like be bigger than I was, etc. etc." How y'all feel about her from the stage to the crowd talking to him?
I feel
She
like
shitting on him and you should have never went.
yeah, that was his dumbass decision for going. But at the end of the day, I agree with her message. Sometimes you really gotta detach yourself from somebody who's holding you stagnant. And now look, like, and he really tried, like when they first broke up, like he really tried to make it seem like she wasn't gonna be shit, yada yada yada. And now you really mad that I'm really more than what it ever will be. And she even like climbing up even more, but that's on him. Like you went to the concert, you thought that I was gonna kiki with you. No, I'm gonna show you what you're missing out on and what could have been, but it wasn't.
And
Got
that was like 3 boyfriends ago. So it's like, why you shitting on me? You left me, you left Meek, you left whoever else you was dealing with. Like, why you shitting on me? That was so long ago. Like, why you bringing my name up? Like, all right, we ain't work out, but what you got to do all of that for? Like, we had a little nasty breakup. I feel like everybody's not meant to go with you when you're moving up in your life. Like, some
mm,
people is here for a season to show you, like, you really did good with them in this season, but you could do even better without them. And I think it was just that kind of situation. But I think as a woman, like that probably felt good. Like that probably felt like a get back because men always think that a woman need them to do something or to
mm,
elevate in life or whatever the case. So I think that was really her opportunity to really just show him like, nigga, I did not need you. And look where
yeah.
I'm at and look where you're at. You're in the crowd with security and I'm on stage and y'all came to see me. Like, so I feel like that was definitely her opportunity for a little petty get back. But girl, you married at this point, like
Yeah, I love it. I love that she said everything that she said on stage, and I feel like that's my type of petty. like,
But
you're gonna come to my show and try to like make it about you. I'm going to really make it about you, and now you gotta leave because all my fans are gonna be like, "Bye, like go, like why are you here?" Like
yeah, they gonna be like boo all in your face.
exactly, like and
well,
it is a safety hazard. Go ahead because you're
mhm.
going to jump in a minute. Like
The
I get
barb's gonna kill
that.
you.
You know the bars will jump you.
yeah, like the barbs move behind Nicki Minaj. So like if she's on the stage talking to the crowd and telling this man about himself, you think the people around him just gonna be like, "Oh, all right, cool. Like, hey, sorry, like being nice." No, they gonna be like, "Get out of here! Like, why are you standing next to me?"
Like, what you even come for?
So
Well,
it's
speaking of a breaking up situation, we know that DDG and Hallie unfortunately called it quits in their relationship. We know that they just welcomed a baby boy, Halo, and social media has had different responses, but they also have had their different responses. I don't know if y'all saw, but Hallie just posted a picture essentially showing her in the gym taking care of her and her son in the studio working. versus DDG is in a way kind of crashing out on Twitter and crashing out on Instagram essentially. And social media has also said like it's interesting how boys and girls tend to deal with relationship breakups differently. How do we feel about that? Do we think that there is a different way of how we handle breakups?
Yes, and I love the way a woman can handle a breakup. You hear
Me
me?
too. So
Love it. Like not, and I ain't even gonna say easy because the shit don't be. Like
no.
we might lose some sleep in the beginning, we might cry, we might do whatever, but baby, when we get up, when we get back on them 2 feet, and we
Mm-hmm.
keep it pushing, we don't even want to look your way no more. Actually, you're
Nope.
no longer my type. Actually, I'm gonna make it my business to do everything right in my life so that you can see that I don't need you. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like women's like ulterior motive really be to prove, like really to make a point that I
Yeah.
could do better without you. Like I don't need you, and I'm gonna go find somebody better. Like women always level up. Like they always get a better man, better job, lose weight, go get their boobs done, whatever they had on their bucket list that they had to do, they go do it after they break up. But niggas, on the other hand, they act like they don't care in the beginning. They don't care. They ain't hitting you up. Da da da. We going months without texting, and then in 2 months you're crashing out bad. You're texting my phone. You see me looking good. You see me with somebody new. You see me post a little hand on Instagram. Now
Oh,
you
I
in your
love when you
feelings.
post a little hand.
Now, now you in your feelings. Now you want me back. Now you want to do better. Now you want to send flowers to my house. Please, please get over it. Like you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a woman breakup any day.
Yes, me too. I feel like Hallie is going about it the right way. And at the end of the day, like at the core of it is their son. However, I do have my own mixed feelings about them breaking up so early. Granted, it's not my situation. Don't know what's really going on between them. But it's just unfortunate that here's yet another young couple and another baby who is growing up in a household where the mom and dad is no longer together. But part of me, I also feel like Hallie and DDG, like they kind of just started dating. Like I don't know, I feel like it should have been more time before you even like decided to have a baby. But also, no, God knows best, so it's not my decision once again. But I just felt like I would have just waited a little bit to have a child, because now it's like y'all did all that for y'all not to even be together, and now the child, has different views of love now because what y'all going through. So, and then also bring it to social media as well.
Yeah.
I hope they get back together.
Me too. I would pray
But
that they do, just for the sake of the baby, and not
Mhm.
just get back together for the baby, but get back together because they actually want to work on it,
Yeah.
like, and actually be together. But I'm gonna let you talk. But I do got another point. But go ahead.
I
What does he say now?
was gonna say that as far as like how women take breakups versus men take breakups, I do think it's a difference. I'm not sure really who broke up with who or who felt like they should end a relationship or whether it was mutual. He did say it was mutual, but I think that sometimes like when you're like super young, I think they both still in their like early 20s. Um, you're trying to find yourself and maybe like the relationship wasn't allowing them to grow in different ways. Like
Mm.
he probably was a little bit intimidated by the fact that she has like a career that's like exceeding his,
Yeah.
and not saying monetarily, but just like she's really happy in her career, it seemed like. And I think he's still trying to like figure out certain things he want to do.
Yeah.
Because I know he do stream and he was like rapping at some point, but I don't know if he actually knows like what his purpose is or what he want to do. And
Mm-hmm.
having a girlfriend and a baby is definitely a lot, and it could be not a distraction, but it can be like a lot of time taken into
Yeah.
your day, and you not being able to like really be the full man you're trying to be. And if y'all just had a baby and you really think like, oh, I want my girl back and I want our family to work, like he may need to really just man up and become who he want before he able to like be that family man or be
Yeah.
that leader for their family. Like
Yeah. He
Yeah.
probably thought that he was ready, but then he probably saw like, damn, I'm not really ready to, go
right.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, like I hope that they're both able to like just
Mhm.
thrive in their own careers and work on themselves and then be better for their family and their child, because that's a lot to deal with at that young age, especially when you in the limelight and you trying to figure out what you want, and then like you have expectations from not only your family, but the family you just created, and then a whole nother billion people on it. So it's like maybe he trying to find himself. He's still young, but I'm glad he didn't get on the internet and like disrespect her in any way or their sons.
Yeah.
He definitely crashing out in some he just I don't think he know how to handle like maneuvering out of a relationship where he really seemed like he was in love. And I mean,
Yeah.
I've done this before, crash out over a relationship, so this not new for him, but I definitely feel like, you know, he just need to figure out who he want to be.
Yeah.
But what was your Ash, you wanted to be?
I was gonna say that I feel like our generation don't know how to have real conversations either with other people or with the person that we got the beef with. So we always tend to go to social media, and I truly wish that that was something that wasn't a thing, because it's like, what we doing all of that for? It's not gonna help the situation, especially y'all being in the limelight. The Shade Room's gonna pick it up. Philly Scoop Hall, all of the gossip in the city, all of them is gonna pick it up, twist it around, misconstrued it, and all of that. And now it seems like y'all hate each other, and y'all probably feel that from each other too, and y'all can't even sit down and have a real conversation. Like, some stuff should just be kept in house. Like, y'all did such a good job keeping it a secret that y'all was even pregnant in the first place. So work on y'all privacy, you know, when it comes to y'all having disagreements or y'all breaking up. Like, didn't he like make an announcement or something, or like a post saying he was single or something like that?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
saying he did that because, you know, just in case they do now see him out with somebody else, like, it's not like he looking shicey and doing shit to Hallie, like, so he essentially they have to come out with a public post. So
nah, fuck that. If they see you with somebody else, then they just gonna either assume that you're cheating or assume that y'all broke up, and then you just let the assumptions keep on
I
going and
don't
going.
assume I'm cheating.
Yeah, that's right.
It is what it is.
And
Like,
I think because he is like, he's an internet guy, like he a streamer. So everything that happens and he publicizes it, it makes his streams go higher and make his bag bigger. So I feel like for him, like
he got to.
I feel like he was going to anyway. So I'm glad he did it in a respectful way and still like, you
I
know,
feel like it would have gave him more streams had it would have been a cheating speculation.
Problem wrong.
You didn't want him to announce that so bad. Like
No.
he gave somebody announce that.
I do, because it's just like, guys don't announce when they go together with you, but you want to announce when we break up. Why wasn't it a public announcement when we got into a relationship, and it was a public announcement when we break up? Like, I hate that.
I'm hollering.
Meek did the same thing. Like, you ain't never want to tell nobody you was with Milano. Now, as soon as y'all break up, oh, me and Milano are no longer together. Like,
you know why he did that.
you're a nut. You're a nut. Like, I hate it.
Isn't it just in general? And I definitely think that situation scarred you because you stepping up. I feel like in this situation, I definitely feel like he probably did, you know, post when he got together with her, because he posts everything that he do because he's a streamer. Like, his everyday life is super public. So.
Yeah. Child. Well, hopefully they get back together. Praying for the best for y'all and y'all family.
But y'all, I do want to touch on the Jada Waiter and the Destior little what is called.
Wait, before we go to that, I want to ask you one more thing. Speaking of crashing out, do y'all feel like Offset crashing out behind Cardi and them not being together?
I haven't really seen anything about them.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't really follow him.
Y'all got to get into them, so I'm gonna let y'all slide this time. But
all right, we'll bring that back next week. We'll talk about that next week, because I'll be able to do my research. But
well, Cardi not crashing out because my friend was just in a section with her yesterday. Yeah, Cardi looked like
that just shows like the difference between like how y'all said like when girls break up they go live their best life and having fun, and then guys be like home crashing out. But
but you the one that be causing it. Like, we could have been cool. You caused it, or now you crashing out. It's crazy. They're psychopaths.
So when you go look up he crashed out and he went to her grandma's birthday party.
Oh my, he did.
He showed up at the grandma's birthday party.
Why?
And he literally showed up at a club she did a hosting at without invites. But anyway, y'all
go crashing out bad. He's crashing out bad.
She better not get back with him. Like, no.
She probably
well, married, so I mean, well, they divorced, married. What are they separated?
No, they're still married.
No, they divorced or
They're
they
just
filed for divorce.
separated. Yeah,
Filed
they're not fully
Okay.
divorced
They're
yet.
about to be divorced.
Hey, to each his own. If you want to stay with that man, girl, go ahead. You got
Anyway,
to.
go ahead.
Look, Tiana,
We
you've been
diving
not
into the
standing on
topic when
nothing.
y'all say
You
y'all.
ain't been standing on nothing you've been saying all night. It's like, oh, but that's not my situation. Oh, but do what you want. No,
Like,
stand on that shit. Like, stand on it.
Like, you know, sister girl, I hope that you don't stay with that man. But
No, stand on it. Call her a dumbass bitch if she go back with this cheating ass nigga. Stand on that shit.
trying to evolve. I'm trying to
No, call it what it is. A spade is a spade.
Change it to the topic you wanted to because I'm gonna want to keep going.
Jada,
Yeah, let's wait. We're
Jada
gonna
and
save
Des.
Offset to next week. We're gonna save Offset.
Yes.
But no, Jada Weda and Des Dior. I really like Jada Weda. Like before, she used to really kind of irk me a little bit, but I really do like her. Probably just from this episode because it seems like she was really being honest. Because nowadays, people will say something but really be lying. And when it came to the little baby, the new girlfriend or whatever posting her birthday setup, I really, really in my mind, in my heart, knew that Jada Weda was doing that to be smart. But when she got the little lie detector test, I was like, no, like I really did not see her post till after the fact. But everybody posting it like, you know, I saw it and then I responded like that wasn't the case. And it came out that she was telling the truth. Now I don't know if they paid this lie detector polygraph person.
Lie detector lady.
I don't know if they paid the polygraph person to answer it in their favor. But I'ma just say that if this was honest and this was truthful, then it made me look at her in a different light because it's like it really made me think like she's really at a point in her life where she's just unbothered. Like she's unbothered by her ex, she's unbothered by who he's dealing with, she's unbothered by the little posts that they post on Instagram, and she's just really like in her own lane doing her own thing. And I love that because sometimes it's hard to like separate yourself away from the drama, and it's hard to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna rise above that, and people still gonna make you out to be the bad guy or make it seem like you're doing little petty stuff or taking jabs when in all actuality you're really not. So to me, that episode just made me feel like she was definitely like just living in her own lane, unapologetically not checking for that nigga, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that episode was corny. I feel like I'm not going on an episode doing a lie detector test. I feel like that was cornball shit. But I do like Jada. I just feel like that was
LMAO, I'm screaming. I'm glad that they did it because social media is such a fake place. And like I feel like they want to just say it and people just believe it. So I think them going the extra mile to actually prove like, no, I'm telling the truth and I'm dead ass about it. I respect it. Like I wouldn't necessarily say it's cornball shit. I think it's definitely like something that most people wouldn't do. Most people wouldn't stand on that shit because you're lying most of the time. So it's like, yeah, let me hook you up to some shit and ask you a couple questions and see who really lying and who really telling the truth. And niggas be lying all the time. So for me specifically, I think that it was cool.
Yeah, that's the thing that's corny. I feel like I feel like just like how we talked about earlier, like you don't have to announce that you're not lying. Like I feel like if you're not lying, then just go about your life and stand on it. Like I'm not lying. She been living unapologetically. I don't feel like you have to do an episode with a lie detector test that I don't know. I don't really trust lie detector tests anyway. I don't feel like they're 100% accurate. And that lady looked like she was paid, but she could have not been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope she ain't.
I feel like sometimes Jada do have she be feeling like she got a lot to prove to social media because social media is her platform. So I feel like that's really why she did the lie detector test. And, you know, even Des was doing it, talking about when I didn't even know that they fell out when they wasn't friends for a little bit. That's actually a little crazy to me. But I'm glad they're friends again nonetheless. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes Jada she does feed into social media a lot of what people have to say about her, about her situation. And like you saying, Champ, it's like you don't have to say everything. Like if you know like you living your true authentic life, like I don't feel like you have to like address every situation. But you know, some people like they really can't take the heat, so they be having to like just show like, nah, actually it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I like her, but I just feel like that was just like uncalled for. But
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing your thing, sis. Move on.
Yeah, I do like.
I think people automatically always think like, oh, you're not gonna move on from baby, like you're not gonna move on from him, you're not going to like. And she probably really is trying to right now, and she might be over him, and then people always want to attach him to her or whatever the case may be because she went back so many times. But
wasn't they just together this year though?
yeah, like so you can't
like
for thinking something if you keep going back to your ex, like. And I feel like a couple people then went back to their ex, so nobody can really judge. But
yeah,
doing a lie detector test didn't make me believe it anymore than I just,
Yeah. And last thing that I want to discuss, the Baddies reunion part 1.
Yes, that was good.
Let's get into the Baddies.
That was good.
Y'all, I'm gonna start at the tippity top. First, I'm gonna start with Bianca and Mariah Lynn.
You need to start with is Scotty coming out and Janisha. That's her name, right?
Yeah, that's the host, right?
Yeah, that's really
that's Lenny's wife.
That's who wife?
Oh, they married anymore, like never.
Oh, Demi, the owner of the whole thing.
Yeah, so Lemmy and Janisha are married, but they are kind of breaking up right now because Lemmy was messing with Scotty. So when Janisha introduced Scotty, she just said, "And come to the stage is Scotty."
And she said, Scotty, "Don't forget the body."
With the body because she was trying to be a little petty. But they got their own little beef, and social media was already that's where it first started. Like, oh,
I didn't know that.
Exactly. That's you got to pay attention. I
didn't know none of that.
Go back and watch it. You're gonna be like, okay. They mess around. But go ahead, Bianca. Let's start with Bianca.
Child, why would she beat Mariah? She came with one goal, was to beat Mariah Lynn's ass.
Well deserved.
One goal. Why would she beat that girl up like that? And I feel like I believe Bianca because I feel like Mariah Lynn be trying to play all these different sides and be trying to be cool with everybody. Now I respect that she will get in the paint. She will fight whoever. She don't care if she lose. She don't care if she wins. She'll just fight whoever. But I feel like she too busy trying to be liked by everybody. Like if you was over here, if I'm over here calling Champagne, telling her I got a problem with this girl this whole season, come on the show, da 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 da. I need somebody here with me. This, that, to the third, and I pull up or she pull up, and she standing on business for me, and then I sit there and act like, oh no, we squashed it, but you ain't never tell me we squashed it.
Right?
Bitch, are you crazy? Like I could have been chilling on the show. I ain't had to come on like that, but I simply came on because I was your friend and I wanted to ride for my friend. And now when I ride for you, you over here being pussy, acting like I didn't. That was not the reason that I came on this show. You know why I came here. Why are you acting stupid? So now I want to fight you.
Yeah, Mariah's just a cornball. Like she just act like she's so hood, she's so tough. Like she kill me even when she say she from Newark. Like you're not from Newark, you're from Jersey City. Like you want to be from Newark. But she really.
That's the first thing you stood on business about this whole episode. Yeah.
Thank you. From Newark, cause now you getting beat up, and we don't get beat up. Like come on.
Now nobody from Newark ever get beat up. Okay.
Anyway. I feel like Mariah Lynn, she's a flip flopper. Like one minute she want to be cool with somebody, next minute she don't want to be cool. One minute she's scary, next minute she not scary. Like girl, we actually really don't have time for you. I don't see the point of her being on Baddies. I feel like she's dropping in ratings because how you go from Love and Hip Hop to now Baddies, and now like you're just a nobody, sis. So I'm glad she's not on this new season. Thank God. I need her off my screen.
She kept saying at the end, like, you know what, y'all ain't getting another season out of me. And they probably wanted to be like,
yeah. She's like, I'm about to leave. You know what? I'm leaving. Like,
thank you for leaving.
Thank you for leaving. Like,
but yeah, I definitely feel like Bianca, she came into the show standing on business, and then she came into the reunion standing on business. I feel like Bianca really was like, I feel like she had good intentions, but people like looked at her a certain way because Mariah was just like feeding them all different stories. I felt like, and I feel like even if Bianca still wanted to like stand on business for Mariah and all that, Mariah could have told her like, all right, like we squashed it, and Bianca could have been like, all right, like I still want my fade, my friendly fade, and after that, like I could be cool with people because plenty of people on the show was like doing that, like, all right, even though the situation over with, can we get our fade in, and then we gonna be done with the situation, like.
Right.
But you know who I do feel like is corny in this situation? Sapphire. You are corny because bit on you. Bitch, I would have been dogging her ass from the sun up to sundown every day at the reunion. Like you here trying to get the story out. No, bitch, I don't even care whatever the story was. I don't even give a fuck no more. You spit on me like that.
Yeah.
All bets are off. But she's a cornball, so
They did fight again though at the beach.
yeah. But after episodes of them not fighting,
because Bianca was in hiding somewhere. She wasn't even with the squad.
Time that Bianca was there and Sapphire ain't do shit. Sapphire, she's a cornball anyway from even what she did with Suki. So I'm over her.
I think that Sapphire just in reality, like she don't like to fight. I don't feel like.
I don't think so.
I feel like she don't like to fight. And it takes like more for her to fight, but definitely you should have for her for spitting on you. Like that was just a situation you just had to handle. As a woman, like you're not about to spit on me. Like I feel like, yeah, like don't let another person spit on you. That's crazy. Like I feel like some situations it's not worth fighting for, but that's definitely one of them situations where like win, lose, or draw, I gotta mix you because at the end of the day, like
we gotta fight. Like
every time I see you, I'm just
like. And even if it don't be every time, like because she's not a fighter, she could have like got her little situation in when it happened or the day after or whenever, and instead of waiting until the last episode of the season to do it. I feel like she probably waited to do it because she noticed that she wasn't really getting no play. And she like, I need to be on this next season, so let me, this girl because I have to at this point instead of
Okay, next. I think that Jayla is a fucking bully. And she hurts me so bad. She keeps trying to fight Biggie, and it's like, girl, you keep trying to fight Biggie. I get it. You talk about you on the podcast, blah, whatever. And then why would you square up with Meatball? Like, what do you? Everybody trying to fight Meatball, and now you want to square up with Meatball too.
That was the only part that was weird. But I do not get Jayla wrong because Biggie did sit her big ass on live saying, Jayla, you say you want to fight me, so let's fight. But you scared. My thing is also another thing. Biggie cool, but Biggie is also another person where she's all fucking talk. And she knows she don't know how to fight. So when it is time for them to get in the paint and get in the field, oh, no, I don't do that. I get money. Girl, you don't get no fucking money.
Biggie be throwing rocks and hot in her hand, but I like Biggie. That's the crazy part.
I like Biggie too, but I really do like Jada, but every time I keep watching her, I'm like, you just keep giving me bully. Like you keep giving me bully. Like you kept trying to fight Gretchen the whole fucking season, but Mariah Lynn and Anna keep saying nigga. And you don't say nothing about them saying nigga like ever. And they always say it. So you're not about to sit here and act like so you only was wanting to fight Gretchen because everybody was fighting Gretchen. Just like you wanted to fight Meatball because everybody was lining it the fuck up with Meatball. It's like weird. Like, and then you wanted to fight Kylie because she was going through this whole thing with Scotty and Gretchen at the time. You keep wanting to fight people that's already riled up fighting somebody else. Like, you really truly don't even have your own beef with nobody. You just insert yourself in it. And then now you got beef and then you want to fight them. It gives weird. Like, girl, you could have set that one out. You ain't had to say shit. Like, nobody even had beef with you. You just jumped in it somehow. Like, what?
I don't think she a bully, but I don't like her, and I feel like you a dick eater. Like I feel like that's like I feel like she just be dicking. Like a situation that happened, and she'll dick ride the situation and try to like insert herself. Like, but
exactly what I just said.
Bully vibes because I don't feel like she be like I don't know. I just don't get bullied from her because she like really not that relevant to me. Like I feel like
bully is you like intentionally like pick on somebody, but I think she's not a bully just because like these are warranted situations where you
it be warranted situations, but she'll wait and try to a time where she trying to like she got a crowd behind her and she like, oh yeah, like let me do it now. Like let me
that gives bully. What the fuck?
It's not a bully if Biggie is already like saying stuff to her. Biggie not like this show where she got like a beer and the beer be
Yeah, I
saying
know.
stuff.
It's like a little
Yeah.
podcast.
If
But
you
I feel
doing
like
that,
if I feel like if I fought somebody 4 times and I know their personality and I know they pussy, you could talk to me till you turn blue in the face, bitch. I'm not about to keep fighting you. I already beat you the fuck up. Keep talking. Like, and that's the situation that I feel like. Like, all right, she talked about you in a podcast, so every time you see her, you just gonna fight her. Like, you gotta go the fuck up. There's a bunch of people talking about you on the internet. You can't fight everybody that's talking about you. You already fought this girl. You already beat her up. Like, she's gonna keep talking about you. So every time you just want
but
to
you
fight.
know when we on the same show, keep talking about me. Like that's the difference.
Hey,
Like
but
you're not gonna be in my face and then keep talking about me. Like these people on the internet, cool. Like I don't have to see them, but you gonna sit here and think that I'm not gonna say nothing to you when you right in the next room, like making a video about me or doing all that. Like, and she only, I think sometimes she don't swing on Biggie enough, and she just be telling her to square up, and Biggie be saying no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Biggie don't
I think
definitely
that
don't
be the
see it.
case. Like, but I don't like that she tried to fight Meatball because I'm like, what was that about? Like, what was your? Why did you want to fight Meatball?
But
Dickie.
I think they actually had social media beef
And
from
that's
the
the thing, like, okay, cool.
from
Like
the
that.
other situation when they was in the little trees. I think that was from that.
Yeah.
But that was irrelevant, and I'm over Jayla. So let's get to the real discussion between
And I'm over Jayla.
and Tink and Meatball and Slim. Let's get to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do not like that Meatball and Tink are fighting. I feel like, because at first I thought they was joking when they was like, oh, sister, we real sisters, because they were just from Philly. But no, they really got some deeper shit that came out throughout the season. So I actually really don't like that they're friends that are now like enemies that are fighting with each other. Because at the end of the day, like y'all are supposed to be putting on for Philly in a way, like y'all supposed to be doing it together, and really just sucks that y'all had to now be on opposing ends. And when it comes to Slim really thought she won that fight, but I really want her to know she did not win.
Why was her and Meatball fighting?
She was fighting because let's bring it back because I had to dissect the situation because I didn't understand it either. And so y'all remember on the episode where Tink and Slim was really close, like they were sharing rooms, they was close, whatever. And then they had a little meeting. I think it was Natalie, Meatball, and maybe Scotty with the Body and somebody else where they was voting on who was going to leave.
It was all of them.
Yeah, and it was Dia and it was Slim. And so I feel like Slim just wanted her fade because Meatball, you're hating on me because I'm getting close with somebody that you came in here with. So now you're being a hater, trying to stop my bag and get me sent home. Like what you voting for me to go home for? You just mad that me and Slim got cool. So I think that's why she wanted to fight her for real.
I get Meatball wrong because number one, Meatball wasn't the person who originally brought her name up. So that's number one.
But she still voted for her, raised her hand, hype and shit.
I'm agreeing. She raised her hand to vote for her. But yes, Slim wasn't doing shit. The only fight that Slim was in was when she fake tried to jump on Gretchen and shit. Like Slim wasn't. She wasn't adding.
Yeah, like who she should have voted for then? Because everybody else,
everybody. But that's the thing. They could have voted for her because she was boring. But Meatball's intention for voting for her was not because she was boring. It was because she was hating that she was getting close with Tink. Hey, so if you was going
run that knife that time,
yeah, no, that was, I don't know the reason for that.
But I think it was a 2-for-1 special. But Meatball brought the knife out when J.O. and Nunu was coming in the house.
Yeah, but she was wilding, and I'm like, well, what's your beef with them?
The bitch is crazy. I want you
to she definitely throw it off. I did not like that 3 of them tried to square up and fight Meatball. That was weird. I already knew Tink and her was gonna fight. That was a given. But for Jayla to square up with her was weird. And Slim, I get it, because she fucked your bag up. She got you sent home. But so did so many other bitches. Exactly. Like so many other people voted for you to go home. So are you gonna fight every last one of them? Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe she just trying to see how she can solidify her space in the next season. I hope that if Meatball come back, she learns how to be less of a hater, because that was some hating ass shit that she did with Tink. Yeah, and I really love Meatball, and I was so disappointed to see that, because it's like, girl, y'all came here together. Whether you got the chain first or she got the chain first, y'all supposed to be hyping each other up. You're not supposed to be sitting here like, oh well, what is a baddie? What is a baddie? Like, you gotta have a nice body. That's what she said. Like, no, just be you.
Can someone explain to me why does Meat keep saying that Natalie set her up because of the way Meat was dressed? Like, is it because like she felt like everybody was trying to fight her? Because at the end of the day, Meat, you still can't dress.
You never get dressed.
never get dressed. So why would you say Natalie
I
was
think that people, when they don't get their way, they put Natalie in it because she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say also, like me, if you feel like you came and you felt like you should have run like outfits that you was gonna fight in, I'm still gonna bring some cute outfits because I feel like y'all gonna go out at some point. Like y'all not going.
Like you never watched another Baddies season before,
That's
or at least researched it before you went.
But I think that Meat was hating on Tink because of the fact that she felt like she was bigger in the city. Like Meatball is bigger in the city than Tink. So when she came on Baddies and Tink got a chain first, Meatball probably was embarrassed. Like, damn, like I should have been the one that got the chain. Like I'm the one who named
Right.
more in Philly. Like and like originally like I was telling her to come on with me, and then she ended up, you know, getting ahead of
before me.
Yeah, like getting ahead of me in some way. So she was more so embarrassed, and I feel like throughout their friendship, she might feel like she always been, you know, at a higher point than Tink, and now that she noticed that, you know, the world watching and they voting for Tink more, she like, whoa, like she don't know how to handle that. So she
yeah.
And it's crazy too, because maybe like you more of a comedian, funny, you know what your lane is. You a hustler, whatever the case. But y'all both in a totally different like atmosphere, and Tank more girly, you know what I'm saying? Y'all more in the with all these women, so she's more girly, she's more about having fun, shaking her ass, twerking, all this stuff. So obviously she's gonna fit in a little better. Like I feel like Meatball just didn't like judge the situation like as she should. Like read the room, babe. Like obviously she's gonna mesh a little bit better with the girls because she's more girly. She wants to get dressed up. She wants to do her makeup.
She had more personality than me. Like me came on there with her guard up, feeling like the world was attacking her, and Tink came on there to have fun. Like she felt like, all right, I know how to fight. If I gotta get in a fighting situation, I can mix, but I'm also here to have fun and here to meet new people. Like,
yeah,
I feel like Meatball came there with the intentions of like, oh, me and Tink against the whole show, and
or people just kissing her ass thinking she's some kind of worldwide celebrity, thinking that people was gonna treat her better, and they just treated her like a regular bitch, like she was, and she probably was like, oh shit, like, because she didn't have to audition, she just got on because she's Meatball. So it's like you really thought you was coming on there and probably gonna be getting special treatment and all of that, and when you realized that you was just another one of the bitches at the table, and the real tea was when she got her chain before you really was shown like damn. And that's why she was mad at Asian Doll too, because Asian Doll also just came on the show because she was a celebrity, she didn't have to audition and all of that, and she got a chain because she was the celebrity guest. So I feel like Meatball feel like, no, I was the celebrity guest too.
yeah.
And I should just get a chain just off the strength of that. Like I ain't had to audition. Why would I not automatically get a chain?
Yeah.
But like you can't show how you feeling like to everybody. Like that's some shit you have on the side, a conversation you have on the side, because now it just look like you a hater to your sister. So
well, I hope they give me another try. Hopefully.
I don't. This ain't for her.
Like a guest appearance or something on this news.
This is not for her. She didn't thrive in this show, I don't think.
Well, what the fuck she finna do now?
Go to the Drewski show. She said she wanted to go to the Drewski
and then she
show.
had a problem at the Drewski show, apparently.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Hopefully they can figure it out.
Wait, what happened at the Drewski show? I ain't see that shit.
I don't know all the information on that.
Me either. I know they just had like a run-in. Like it was a run-in. She was crying on live saying how she really loved him and she watched his videos every single day and that was corny. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I know she was crying on live and she was real hurt that whatever the run-in was happened. And she was just saying like she would have picked the Drewski show over Baddies.
Maybe Meatball is just spoiled and want her way all the time, and if she don't get her way, it's just the highway. Like
that's what it is, because that's even how she be acting with her mom.
Yeah, I think that's what it is for them. But I hope she get another try on Baddies. I would like to see her come as a different person. I feel like seasons ago, like I feel like seasons ago I didn't like Biggie. When she first came on, I was not a Biggie fan. Like I felt like no. And then Biggie grew on me. Like she became like she got her own role in Baddies. So like I hope people are able to transition in that way.
Yeah. I want her to just tap into her feminine side and like I don't know, just pull up like she that bitch and just have fun and stop letting so much stuff get in her mind and in her way.
Get dressed. Like when she get dressed and get her hair done, she looks
cute. Exactly.
Like, she gives like, okay, I deserve to be on baddies, but it's just like, come on.
Like, I get it. That's what you got your stardom off of, doing the crazy videos showing your body, your stomach, and all of that. But now it's time to like transition. Like, every single room that you enter does not need that
Yeah.
meatball. Like, you got to be able to know how the characters change and character development. Like, you can't, that same meatball from back in the day on the North Philly block with her stomach out and her penis is not going to be the same meatball that's over here on baddies. Like, you need to come on, come a little bit more, come a little bit better. Like, you ain't gotta do all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I was irked when she went to that with Gilly party. Yeah, like that, like with them Balenciaga slides with that t-shirt, and they was all like, "It's about the vibe, it's about the personality." Like, she come with good vibes and good personality. Okay, that's cool, get it. But would you let your wife come to your party like that, Gilly? No, you wouldn't. She got good vibes, but she could also get the fuck dressed. Like, you
right.
didn't have to come like that. You been knew about Gilly party. I'm sure you been knew you was gonna be invited. You could have got your hair done. Like, you got your hair done multiple times. You had on a wig underneath a scarf with a white t-shirt and some tights and some slides. Be for real.
Yeah. Come on, Meat.
Like, be
We
for
rooting
real.
for you, Meat, but
We
you know,
are.
And if you don't know how to dress, it's easy to just, hire a
Get a
stylist.
hook
stylist.
somebody up.
Yeah.
Get
You
you
got
a
money in this.
stylist thing.
And I know it's a lot of like girls that's up and coming and guys who up and coming who want to be in the fashion industry who would probably do it for free and just for the, promotion. So
Exactly. So definitely look into that. But we definitely rooting for you, Meat. We want you to make it out of Philly. And yeah, that's that. But that is a wrap, guys. We're going to do show of the week next week. This was just more of a tea episode. I really enjoyed this episode, y'all.
yes, it's
I had a time. I had a time. But make sure y'all are following, liking, subscribing, sharing, all of the things. And we will catch y'all next week. We love y'all.
yes.
Bye.
Bye.